Alright, so we're discussing the timeline, and the first thing that we need to be talking about is Jason's uncle taking the throne or the crown off Jason's dad, yes? Okay, so Jason's dad was a king. Jason should have been king because his dad was a king, yes? Jason wasn't able to be king because his uncle killed the brother.
That's Lion King, though.
Yes, it is Lion King. Yes. You know, Mustafa. Yeah. Mufasa. Anyway, Mufasa. They were going to say it like Mufasa in the show. Anyway, he's dead. Scar. Sorry?
That was recorded right
Yes, so what?
So you just call that.
Maybe.
You fit, and then you get more like people to subscribe because it's like funny.
I think it's not. That's lies. Alright. I'm not going to make YouTube money from this, as if that's going to ever happen. Alright.
You never know.
Okay, let's go back. He went there. Jason, he had left, but he was young. He escaped. He came back, said, "Give me my throne back, my crown back." And the uncle said, "No worries, mate. It'll be easy. All you have to do is just get this thing for me, this really simple task. Go do that, and I'll give you the crown." Yes.
Wait, so did he like leave after?
Yes, because he was going to be killed. Yes.
And then he comes back.
Yes, as an adult. Okay, because he would have been killed as well. He comes back as an adult, and his uncle says, really quite nonchalantly, as if to say, "It's really easy. All you have to do is go get me this, and then I'll give you the crown back." Now, the go get me this was to get the golden fleece, which was in the possession of Medea's dad, but it was also guarded by dragons and other monsters and things like that. All these tasks to do. So then he went on his little quest in his little ship called the Argos, yes, with his sailors, the Argonauts, and off they went, and he was going to be a hero, and he went to do all these things, and that was that particular story, Jason the Argonauts. Okay, so in there, he finds out that Medea's father has the golden fleece, has to do all these tasks. He is struggling to do those tasks. He's looking about it, he's crying about it, not really being a big hero. Aphrodite, the goddess, feels sorry for him. She thinks he's cute. She thinks he's good looking. She wouldn't mind a bit of that. This is how they used to be. Okay, they would come and take what they wanted. So she decides to get Medea to help him because Medea has the skills that Jason needs to succeed in this task. She can do potions, she can do all these things that will stop the reason why he can't get the fleece. So that's what she does. So then Medea falls in love with Jason because Aphrodite forces it to occur. Medea then helps Jason get the golden fleece. In helping Jason get the golden fleece, she has betrayed her own family, betrayed her father. Yes? So now her father and her brother are angry. Yes?
Apparently it was Hera that persuaded Aphrodite to get Medea to fall on.
Possibly, I'm not sure. But my readings are that she felt sorry for Jason. Okay? But already in our research we've seen about 4 versions of this, yes? Yeah. So in the ones that I read, Aphrodite felt sorry for him. It's possible that Hera said something and she looked and felt sorry for him. I'm not sure. Okay? Yes?
Do you know with OK? Is it OK or OKAY?
Spelling O-K-A-Y.
Yeah.
If you just use O and K, you need dots in between because it's an abbreviation. So the actual word is O-K-A-Y. Yeah. Yes. Okay, something else new for today. All right. Yes. Medea and Jason are escaping because now they're going to be in trouble from Medea's father. So how does Medea slow the father down?
Chop their brother to pieces.
By killing their brother and chopping him into 1,000,000 pieces. And literally dropping pieces off the boat as they're leaving. Why does she drop pieces of the brother's body off the boat?
Because the father has to collect them all.
Good, because the father, their particular religious beliefs is if you bury someone and they're dead and you don't have some of their body parts, they're not going to rest in peace. Okay, there's no good afterlife for them. So the father couldn't chase Medea anymore because he had to go and collect all the body parts of the son. And that was really important. So obviously the time taken to collect the body parts meant that Medea and Jason got to go away. Alright, he goes back and asks for the crown. The uncle, Peleus, pretty much says, "Oh, didn't expect to see you back." You were supposed to sort of die from this whole adventure. Now that you're here, no. And so then Medea decides to plot the death of the uncle. She convinces the daughters of the uncle, so Peleus' daughters, that if they kill the uncle, kill Peleus and cook up his body parts, that he'll be rejuvenated into a young man. What they did was just kill him and cook him. Okay? Then obviously now they're annoyed that Medea has sort of resulted in the death of someone else. So they're chased out of that home now. So they can't go back to where Medea came from. They can't go back to wherever Jason came from. So where do they go? Corinth. Jason is accepted there. He is a Greek man. Medea is a barbarian, considered not from Greece. Okay. Why else is Jason accepted there?
He's a hero.
Because he's a hero. He's defeated all these things. He's got the golden fleece. He's done all these amazing things. He's sailed around the royal world. He's done all these wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things. Well done, Jason. And you've got yourself a wife who's bloody scary. Okay, she's a witch. She's a barbarian. We don't really like her. She can do spells. She's killed people. That whole story came with them. They're mortally afraid of them. But Jason loved her. She loved him. They had a happy life. They had 2 children. Everything was going really, really well. The issue is that Jason and Medea could never be citizens of Corinth because they weren't born there. Yes? And so Jason wanted to elevate his status and have that citizenship. His sons couldn't be citizens. Yes? So that was his claim for why he went to marry the princess. Medea was having none of it. She's like, you left me for a bit of fluff and I should be a good enough wife for you. You owe me. I've done a lot for you. I've left my family. I've killed my brother. I've killed for you. I've done this for you. I have no home now. I only did that for you. I would never have done any of those things if I wasn't with you. That was our agreement. If I'm with you and we marry and I help you do this, you will look after me forever and we'll be husband and wife. That was our oath. That was our agreement. And then for him, he was like, yeah, but she's prettier. And she's got more to give me because I can have sons who are citizens. Yeah.
So is that like the timeline that like they go to Corinth, they can't be citizens, and then he chooses to marry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, Creon, the king of Corinth. Sorry, your kids have been had. They're alive.
Where does that happen?
Somewhere in between escaping the uncle and...
So like kids.
Yeah, they're in Corinth. Yeah, they were born in Corinth, but they can't be citizens because they're not. Neither of their parents are citizens. Okay. Creon is happy for his daughter to marry Jason. Why?
Because he's a hero.
Because Jason's a hero, so he can see his daughter getting this out of it. What does Jason get out of it? Citizenship, but also possibly wealth and a crown because it's a princess, and once the king dies, yep, okay, you could be royalty there. So that's all good. And then Medea finds out this occurs and she loses it big time. She's feeling sorry for herself. She wants to die. She doesn't know what to do. Her life is over because they've married and because of her previous threats to people and because she's a barbarian and because she is scary and a witch and can do poison and whatever. Creon has exiled her from Corinth. He's kicked her out with her children. She has to leave that day, yes? And that's why she's cracking it, because where is she going to go? She has nowhere.
Where was that dad from?
I can't remember how to say it. Is it an Aeti? No, that's the father's name. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But she can't go back. She can't go anywhere. Her children and she have nowhere to go. She's lost. That is part of her anguish. The fact that she literally has nowhere to go. Imagine the depths of despair that you would have if I somehow was able to kick you out of Australia and you had nowhere to go. And so you're literally just living, just floating around. You had literally nowhere to go. Yeah.
Wait, so did Creon exile her like straight away?
Yes. She was to leave that.
Like, she's crazy.
Cause you, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And that's where we end up. That's the start of the play now. We can hear her wailing and crying about it. We're outside. Who's outside with us? The nurse. She's talking at the doorstep. Oh, my mistress. I'm really worried about her. I wish none of this ever happened. And that's why she said, I wish the Argos had never sailed. Yes? So pretty much, I wish this never happened. I wish they never met. We've heard all these sort of things before when other people break up. I wish I never met him. I wish I never met her. Okay? That's the nurse. And then Medea comes outside. She's not screaming and crying anymore, so she can be calm. So inside you can hear her wailing, outside she's calm. Alright, from there what happens? She's been exiled. Jason comes up to her and says what?
Blames her for everything.
Yep, it's your fault. If you just shut your mouth, if you kept quiet like you were supposed to, if you didn't sook about it, if you didn't threaten people's lives, you would have been fine. You could have just lived here quietly and everyone would have left you alone. But you stupid woman, you had to say something and now you've been exiled. It's no one else's fault except your own. And she's pretty much like, what the hell? That's not my fault. I wouldn't be exiled if you didn't leave me. You shouldn't have left me. And she rants and rants and rants and rants. Does Jason listen?
No.
No. Then Jason leaves. She calls out to the gods, if you can give me some way to escape this place, have some refuge status, to give me somewhere to be. If you can give me that and you provide me a way out of this land, I promise you I will avenge this oath that he's broken. I will kill them all essentially. I will kill all these people. I will kill the children to pay him back. She makes this oath and then magically who turns up? Aegeus. Aegeus turns up. She doesn't say, I've been exiled.
A-E-G-E-U.
Yeah. She doesn't say, I've been exiled. He doesn't know she's been exiled. He's the king of Athens. He is the audience's ancestral king. So he's not going to be made to look like a horrible, horrible person in here. But he is, they do show how he was duped, how he was tricked by Medea. Medea doesn't say, hey, I've been kicked out of Corinth. Can I please come and stay with you? Yes.
Was the part of him being tricked part of the original play, or was that like changed by European?
No, it's part of the original story. Yeah. And the trick really is, she says, if I happened to turn up on your doorstep for some unknown reason, would you be a mate and let me stay? And he goes, of course I would. He would never have said that if he had known that the king of Corinth had kicked her out, because he's not going to actually go against what another king has said. So he was clearly unknowing of that. He was oblivious to that. So, but she didn't give him all the details. And he goes, yeah, sure. But if I was to do that and you were to turn up unannounced, what would I get out of it? And that's when they make their bargain. All right, if you do turn up unannounced, I will help you have a son with my potions. A lot of people originally assumed that she was offering her body for that, because later on she does have his sons. But it's a bit ambiguous whether she literally was offering her body or she was just saying, I've got the means and power to do this. I've got some potions, I can help you and your wife out, which is what she's saying there. But it's really sort of showing how flippantly women are seen at that time. Alright, this wife's not giving me sons, I'll just get a wife that will give me sons. This wife doesn't give me sons. It's a bit Henry VIII, yes? You all know about Henry VIII?
You marry everyone and then
Yeah.
just like sleep with them and kill them.
Yeah, sleep with them and kill them. That's a general summary. Well, he married them, slept with them and killed them. Yeah, yeah. We just added the extra bit in. Yeah, he did technically marry them. Yeah, good on him. Well done. He made a whole new religion so he could actually have divorce. That's another story, for another day. So Aegeus comes up, he agrees, then he leaves. Medea forces him to make an oath. Yes, if I turn up, you will house me. Yes, I promise. An oath has been made. It's now binding. He leaves. She says what? Woohoo! Hallelujah! Thank you. Now my plot can be enacted. And from there, she controls everything else. Jason comes back and says, are you out? Yeah, what's happening? She pretends that she's not angry anymore. Oh, Jason, yes, I do have a big mouth. You're right. I should have just shut up. I'm such a stupid woman. Yes, if only I'd Just learn to keep your mouth. So he falls for it, hook, line, and sinker. Oh, good. This woman finally learned her lesson. I'm such a man. I've managed to make her learn her lesson finally. Go me, yay man. What a fool. She's been like this all her life, and suddenly him yelling at her once has changed her. But he thinks that because he's so up himself, he actually thinks that him yelling at her is going to make her go, ooh, a man said I better do this. I will now. Okay, there's nothing indicating she'll ever be like that. Okay, but he's convinced and tricked. Because he is convinced and tricked, then she uses that to her advantage. It's just me who deserves punishment though, not the children. Just me. I'll leave, but can you please just ask your new bride just to have the children, please, and I'll throw extra presents in to make it feel worth her while. He's like, wow, you've really made a change. You're so nice. Now you've even accepted my new wife. Oh, you're like really being a good woman now. Well done. And we're all thinking.
Wait, but she's making it up, yeah?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Like if my husband came home and said, I've got a new wife, I'm angry. And not tomorrow I don't go, oh, now I'm fine with it. And have my child too, please. No. I might film her when she's having a tantrum, but no one else is taking me. Okay. So, Jason falls for it. Yes. Let's have the children here. She sends the children with the poisoned gown and the diadem, which is the crown, yes. They are heirlooms from Helios, her grandfather, the sun god.
Wait, is the crown poisoned?
Yes, all of it's poisoned.
Crown and what?
A dress, like
How
a
did the children
gown.
not?
Because it was in a trunk, in a
Okay.
suitcase thing.
Yeah.
So the princess is so arrogant herself. You could say almost she was a victim before. Her father decides who she's going to marry. She just has to do everything what she's told. It's not her fault. Why should she die? She opens the trunk with the stuff and she goes, I am that pretty, I am that good, that my husband's ex-wife definitely would be giving me something that is her actual heirloom and her birthright. Of all the things for this woman to give me, yes, it's definitely this. I deserve this. I'm so deserving of it, I'm going to put it on right now and strut and look and tell everyone how pretty I am. She puts it on and she melts.
Does she just have to put on one or does she have to put them both on to melt?
She did put on both. I assume just one, but the way it's written, it sounds as if she somehow put them on magically in half a second. So she's essentially burning the acid. Her father sees this, rushes to her aid. He gets the poison all over him. He dies too. And I can't quite remember how the children get back. Anyway, they're back. Jason is sort of dealing with that death over there. Everyone is, wanting guts for garters. The children are back. They're in the house. Medea has been told by the chorus, don't kill your kids. You're fine now. You've done everything. But she's like, no, I'm killing them. No one else is, if I'm saving them from being killed by someone else. They may as well be killed by me because someone else is going to kill them anyway, and they're not going to be nice to them when they kill them, so I'm going to be nice to them and kill them my nice way. This is all making sense. It's plausible, yes. Your mother decides I am the best killer for you, and that I can kill you in a much nicer way. It's sounding incredulous, yes? The children are screaming out, Mummy, please don't. And this is the dialogue that we hear about the children. Children don't normally speak. When I was a child, it was children awake to be spoken to before they speak. And that was, a couple of decades ago. That was definitely the time then. Okay? Children were nothing until they actually are something. You definitely don't walk up to an adult and say anything. In my time, we were still calling people Mr. and Mrs. Do you call any of your friends Mr. or Mrs.? Or do you go up and call them their first name?
My friend.
Wait,
Like
what?
Chanel,
Your-
calling her Mrs.
No, your friend's parents.
Uh-huh. No.
Some people might still do. What about your boyfriend or girlfriend's mum or dad? Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so? No, you call them, hello John, hello Mary, whatever? Yes? Okay. Not in my time. You're required to say hello Mr. or Mrs. And you're being rude. My child runs around, she calls her teachers by their first name. Okay, so it's a different time, yes? So the children speaking out is very different, but they're actually calling out, oh my God, I'm really scared, please help me. Oh my God, why is that? You got a knife, don't kill me, Mum. Like it's really horrific, yes? They're dead, they're stabbed, they're killed. Jason turns up too late. She pretty much taunts him and says, sucks for you, they're dead now. It's your own fault. If you weren't such an idiot and an a-hole, they wouldn't be dead. It's all your fault. He's screaming at her, that's all her fault, that she's cray-cray. She's screaming at him, that's all his fault because he's an a-hole. Okay, are we feeling it's a bit like modern times where people are getting divorced and yelling over you? Yes?
Like, what does Jason do? Like, does he just like cry about it?
He's crying because he goes, please just let me touch them. I just want to give them one more hug. I want to touch them. And she's like, oh hell no. You ain't touching anything. You don't even get them back. I'm flying off with their bodies. You get nothing, mate. And off she goes. And she flies away in the chariot pulled by a dragon called a chimera, supplied by the gods.
Is this the same? Is that where Jason realizes that he actually loves?
Yes, that is where Jason falls to his knees and realizes that he loves the children. They meant something more to him than what he had originally thought. But that is the end of the play. And the audience at the time would have been thinking, hey, Medea just does that because she's a cray-cray barbarian. And it's okay because the gods and everything that's right about the world is going to make her be punished by this. And then they watch her get away with it, and it's actually everyone else's fault. And so they're like, no, this is wrong. It's not right. This is not how it's supposed to have worked. They're really angry about that.
What's the dragon called?
Chimera. Chimera. Yeah. Okay, so that is the timeline. So the beginning of the play is here. This stuff here before the start of the play impacts this. Yes? And we learned all about oaths yesterday. It's the oaths that were made here that are called into account here. Yes?
Is the end of the timeline the end of the play, or is
Yeah, you might have more, but we're just saying that's the end of the timeline there. Yeah. She obviously then ends up at Aegeus' place and they have children later on. Yeah. Yeah, so we're just stopping when she flies off. Yes. Yes.
Why'd she kill her kids if she's just going to run off with their body?
Good question. We can answer that in an essay.
Oh, Miss, wouldn't you just say
wasn't
you
that
wanted to
because-
like she wanted to have more over him? Like,
Yeah.
and suffer more because
Yeah.
they're dead, so they
Yeah.
cannot.
It's an act of vengeance. But she wasn't passionate when she did it. She was very cold-hearted and calculating. Yes.
Because she was a sorcerer, I'm guessing she would have had a knowledge to make someone go unconscious. She could have done that.
She could have, but she didn't. Let's not second guess her what she should have done instead.